If you are starting a journey, you need to plan it very carefully. You need to understand each of the milestones that you need to cover. So the same applies for our journey towards an 8-figure salary also. You need to understand each of the milestones and you need to have a plan to cover them properly. Now in this video, we are going to talk about your complete journey, all the key milestones and how you would be covering them. So that's why this video is extremely important and you must watch it till the end so that you completely understand the planning process, the milestones that you need to cover in your journey towards the Crore Club. Hi, my name is Anjani Kuumar, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with family and friends, and if you want to ask any questions, if you have any suggestions, put them in the comment box and I'll answer them personally. And if you're new to my channel, do subscribe it immediately. So let's come to the fourth point of our 5-point action plan. And if you would remember, I told you to go back to the second part of this video series and look at the 15-year journey that I had given, where you can move from a 10 lakh salary to a 1 crore per annum salary. Replace the starting point with your current salary and then see how the same simulation works for you. I'm sure you would have completed that exercise because in this video, I'm going to cover the fundamental objective behind doing this exercise, and then I will also explain you how you can do this whole thing very effectively. So let's start with this journey where let's look at the first point of the milestone. Now in the example that I had given you, the starting point was 10 lakhs per annum salary. Now you are replacing it with your current number. It could be lower, higher, don't worry about that. You just put your number there. Assuming that you are at 15 lakhs per annum salary. Then you need to apply exactly the same milestones that I had given in that example. The 10% increment that you would get every year, the promotion increments, the increases which will come to you because of a job change. So all the salary boosters, what I had called them, you need to apply. And then you have to figure out that what is the time frame that you will take to reach the figure of 1 crore per annum. Now the whole idea behind doing this exercise is to lay out the complete roadmap in front of you properly and make it personal. Because so far the example that I had given you, it was a neutral example where there was somebody who is earning 10 lakh salary per annum and then I had taken that person towards the 1 crore per annum salary. Now make that example personal by replacing the starting point. Rest of the rules, keep them the same, assuming that the same stuff will keep happening with you over a period of time, just to give you an idea that how things would actually take shape. In reality, it could be different, but don't worry about that. And don't get too concerned about whether you will get a promotion in those many years, whether actually you will change a job in those many years. No, don't worry about that. Right now, just bother about creating a personal starting point where this whole example that I had given in part 2 of this video series, make it yours, make it personal, so that now you have your complete roadmap in front of you with all the milestones clearly laid out. That's the whole purpose of this exercise, this fourth point of the action plan. So let's move to the next step now. Now we'll come back to our 3 experience buckets, 0 to 3 years, 4 to 10 years and 10 plus years. So if you are in the 0 to 3 years bucket, the example that I had given you in the part 2 of this video series, it would be very much like your own example. My starting point was 10 lakhs per annum and you would be somewhere very close to that. It could be 5 lakhs per annum or it could be 15 lakhs per annum, but more or less it would be close to the example which was given in that video. Now you just need to change the starting point, put your own number, and more or less you will have to understand it in the same manner the way it has been explained in that example. So now you have your key milestones laid out in front of you. And you need to start thinking on those terms that if a promotion has been given after these many years, what you need to do to earn that promotion, what you need to do to probably move to a new job, an enhanced role, a new company, all that you need to start planning, because at least it has given you a very clear roadmap basis which you can work out your next few years. Right now, just work for next 3 to 5 years. That's what you need to keep in mind. Don't worry about the full 12 to 15 years. Right now, look at what are the key milestones that you have to achieve in next 3 to 5 years and start working towards that. In the next experience bucket, 4 to 10 years, you would realize that you are a little ahead of others. So probably your starting point would not be 10 lakhs, it may be 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, whatever the number is. And your overall time period to reach the 1 crore salary could be lesser than 15 years, could be 10 years, 12 years, whatever the number is. But at least now your starting point has been very clearly set. And from there, you can clearly understand what are the key milestones that you have to cover to reach 1 crore per annum salary. Again, as I said in the previous group, 0 to 3 years bucket, you also need to start thinking about your next 3 to 5 years key milestones which are mentioned in this simulation. Now, it's not a simulation, it's your plan. So start thinking about all that what is mentioned for the next 3 to 5 years and start working towards that. And finally, the 10 plus years experience bucket, you are in a zone where you are closest to the 1 crore salary mark. And each of the steps that you take are very, very important. So you may be probably looking at next 5 years or 7 years to achieve that 8-figure salary. So that's why each of the milestones become very critical. Plus, if you would remember in the previous video, I had spoken about one master step. That is the master step that you need to start planning. And in the simulation also, you would realize that somewhere you would be hitting that master step. Somewhere you would be seeing that master step that you need to take. And that's why you need to be very careful about planning that master step, which would give you a 30 to 40% jump in your salary in one go. So that's why you are closest to the goal, and that's why each step is very critical. You need to take it very carefully, you need to plan it very carefully, and you need to execute it very carefully. So now, when you clearly know the milestones that you have to cover in the next 3 to 5 years, the journey becomes more clear. The whole objective of the 4th step of the 5-point action plan is to give you a clearly defined milestone after which you can go. So now you know that over the next 3 to 5 years, what are the few things that you need to do? What is the kind of salary increase that you need to achieve? Now, the method could be different, but very clearly keep in mind that if in this simulation, which is now your simulation, your own journey, if you have to achieve that kind of increase, how that increase would come. And you have to keep ensuring that at least at a minimum level, whatever is mentioned in this journey, in this milestone, in this simulation, you must achieve that every year. And that's how your journey towards that Crore Club will become more meaningful, and you will keep moving at the right pace. So that's why through this 4th point of the 5-point action plan, you have got a clarity now that what you need to achieve every year going forward. And if for the next 3 to 5 years, if you are very clearly able to achieve that, it will be very easy for you to hit that Crore Club very fast. So if you have liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with family and friends. And if you have any questions, let me know, I'll answer them personally. Now we are very close to the final step, the 5th step of the 5-point action plan, and I will cover that in the next video. I'll see you there. Thank you very much.